blast my eyeballs, but it's live. And I get to say indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Oh, thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back in just a second. Maybe, maybe more than just a second. You know, don't want you to call me a liar and stuff. I'll be back in X amount of seconds. Okay. I'll see you again soon. I'm gonna go get my bong. Maybe we'll actually get to smoke on stream today. I'm gonna go get my water. I'm gonna go get my Hermes Blur. I'll check you on the other side. Ah. Na 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 presents. No you Schmexy. No you the no sofa. Nice to have you here, dear friend. We have Joy V, Shannon, and Connor, and that's it for now. Thank you, dear friends, for joining me eternally. Thank you so much. If I'm not saying your name, it's not because I don't want to say hello. It's just because I don't know who to say hello to. So I'm gonna say hello to you. And thank you for thank you for joining me, Fred. It's so nice to have you here. I'm happy to be live. There's all of this pretext of like that I went through to be here now. And instead of thing to you so you can know what I was through, I'm just gonna be like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna talk about not losing our awe. Awe. I mean, the awe-inspiring, reality of nature can sometimes absolutely flabbergast us. And it can almost be like we don't want that to happen. So we desensitize ourselves. We forget, we don't pay attention, we take things for granted, we assume they're ordinary, not realizing that everything is flippin' cool all the time, So we're gonna talk about that today. We're going to be excited, live into the excitement, the awe of life. Looking good, bro. You think so? This is my hair is dirty, so I tie it up so you don't know it's dirty. Look, thank you. I'm happy that you think I look good in this state of existence. I feel like I'm going insane, dude. I feel like I'm going a little bit insane, struggling with things, dude. Yeah, struggling with things, and it's beautiful to me how struggling with things can really rob us of awe. Like we are so preoccupied with the struggle. And you can add your struggle here. Merman! Again, I just want to say hello, friend. Thank you for joining me. We get so caught up in the struggle, whatever it is, finances, relationships, careers, creativity, that we don't think about what's cool. We start taking things for granted. We start to, want to get rid of our pets instead of be with them. If that makes sense, maybe a rough example, but I noticed today, as I was like at the deepest of my, but why is it like this? Pippi was licking her own paw, you know, and it's just this sound over and over again. And I'm like, Pippi, asseblief Pippi, asseblief. Ek het net 'n sekonde se vrede nodig. Kan jy asseblief vir my 'n bietjie rustigheid gee? Directly translating to please. Please, I just need some calm. Please. You know, instead of being in awe, watching Pippi, you know, vibing, I could find fault. Instead of being excited, I could only find fault, you know. And just to remind ourselves of the fact that we're capable of both. In the same way that we can find fault with something like our puppy, we can also find divinity in something like our politicians. No, it's hard. But we're trying. We are actively trying. It's nice to have you friends here with me. Thank you for joining us. We have the Gabadagoo joining us too. I saw your yoga dog. I also have a yoga dog. You know, they see us on the mats and they're like, oh, sick. We're supposed to be on the mat. I can be on the mat too. And we're like, plus me on the mat. I want to do push-ups. And then you do push-ups and then they're just staying here. And then you push against them and you're like, how is this not uncomfortable to you? Why don't you leave? Oh, Gabadagoo, so grateful for you sharing with us, man. Gorgeous gangsters, the most gorgeous gangsters, dude. Maybe that's what we should identify as, the gorgeous gangsters. I'm just imagining this whole fractal reality of, instead of gangsters like showing up and shooting each other with guns and stuff, they just show up and like JoJo pose at one another. You know, and then just getting posed to death. They're like, oh shit, dude, freaking gorgeous gangsters are coming again. Some hide your kids, hide your wife. You know, these dudes come out uber sexy. You know, and if your wife and I'm just imagining like these Mr. Steal Your Girl vibes, you know. If your wife is in the close vicinity, suddenly they'll automatically get stolen. Am I going too deep with this, Gab? Maybe a little bit. Thank you, Brother Bay, for sharing some love, man. You're always loving out. Thank you, Joy V. Thank you so much for that, friend. Amanda here too. So much love to you. Some yogis would say it's not yoga if you're being distracted. It's not yoga if you're being distracted by dogs. I say it isn't yoga if dog doesn't lick my face or crawl under my torso while I'm in a plank or down dog. Exactly that, you know. And it's so beautiful you say that to me, Gab. And I feel if Brother Ryan was here right now, he'd be like 100% resonating with you. When I just started practicing yoga, it was like the first week. I think it was like the first week. Pippi was like, what's happening? What's this? You know, and she would not leave me alone for every single one of my poses. If my face gets close to the ground, she's like, you want to give me some love? And I'm just like giddily kind of like going through my paces, going through my yoga. And Brother Ryan is like, now you're doing yoga, Mel. Like this whole time you were like trying to do yoga, but now that you have to stay composed, stay balanced, stay, you know, strong, if you will, with the little puppy in the space with you, that's true yoga. So I agree with you completely. For me, replace dog with rabbit. Does the rabbit actually come up and, you know, want love-ins while you're doing yoga? Like for some reason, Shannon, in my worldview, rabbits like their own space. You know, they're like kind of their own little entities. They just do their own thing. Are they pet-like? You know, where they want to be scritched? Like I woke up this morning earlier than I would like to, before the power was gonna go off. You know, so it's like this like game I play on myself where I'm like, oh, I could stay awake longer and then I can sleep throughout the power outages. And I'm and like 11 o'clock rolls around and there's power outages, so I don't have power to stay up in, if you will, and then I go to sleep and then I wake up 15 minutes to having more power outages, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what, fine. Fine. I sit down, I kind of like watch the sunrise, and one of our new kitties, Shelby, comes up to me and she just wants lovin's, you know, baking bread, kneading dough as I'm giving her scritches. And I was like, yeah, is awesome. Maybe this is what I was supposed to do. Escaping the awe of reality, escaping the awe of the internet. Oh goodness. Escaping the awe of the internet in order to be present to our little kitty. Thank you, dear friends. We have Maxine, Tarzard. Thank you for the helpful, dear friend. I appreciate you. Out of all of the posts, you could have given your free award to this. Thank you for that, friend. Maxine! Mochi is a total. I'm here to steal your girl vibe. Yeah, 100%. You know, how could they not? It's pretty easy for them. It's like, yeah, I see you have this, person that loves you and stuff. It would be a shame if I took all of their attention, and that's happening with me and Machi too. Hey, what's up, Machi? I'm gonna take your mom's attention. What's up, loser? I'm sorry, Machi. I'm just feeling defensive. Hold on to Maxine for myself. Jumpin' is here too. So much love to you. Thank you for joining us, Brother Bay. It's nice to have you here. Yoda is better than yoga. Dude, Yoda 100% did yoga. No way you live to 1,000 if you don't do yoga, dude. That dude was. I'm just trying to picture Yoda yoga. Like it's. I only have two references. I have Baby Yoda, which is where he's like an 80-year-old entity, besides the point. And then there's old yoga, old Yoda, and like I don't see young strapping teenage Yoda, right? Like there's just kid Yoda, and then old timey Yoda, and then imagining kid Yoda try and do yoga, it's just brain damage, where it's just like nah, he doesn't have the limb length just yet, and then seeing old Yoda do it, it's just horror. It's just tears, sheer terror. Thank you, friend, for sharing. Meowdy to you too, Savina. How nice to have you here with us. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing? Gab says, mana na 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 na. Mama me more Reddit chat box. Maxine says, I had a terrifying experience that happened yesterday. A wasp landed on my eye and crawled on my eyelashes while I was at work. I screamed and threw my phone and ran. I officially hate wasps. Ugh. Almost choked on my own spit imagining that. Thank you, Maxine. Oh, goodness. Yeah, how about no? Happy you didn't get stung in the face. Silver linings, Maxine. Could have got stung in the face. Just got visited at least. Love to you, Fred. Thank you. I was just booping you a little bit. Thank you, Jumpit. Yeah, he was just like, what's up? What's up, human being? How you doing? Can I stream the giant Ame to my TV? The giant game, the giant name, the giant same, the giant lame, the giant bame, the giant stame, the giant fame. I'm just adding letters to aim right now. You can do whatever you want. It might be easier if you want to watch it on your TV. Check the YouTube out, because the YouTube is actually aspect ratioed for televisions, but you do you, boo. You can do whatever you want to. I got stung by one a couple of months ago. Highly don't recommend. I know Meld has awful wasp stories. Like the worst wasp story I have is the one where one of the little red buggers kind of like crawled up underneath my shirt and he started stinging me, and I was like, oh, how about no? And I start taking my shirt off, and as I'm taking my shirt off, right, you're like basically pulling it against yourself, and somehow he got a grip on my shirt while still having his stinger fully active. So he was like going on a ride, stinging me as he was being pulled off. So there was just this line of wasp stings all over my back. That was very much not a vibe, as we like to say. Oh goodness, that it definitely solidified a deep-seated hatred for me, for the wasps as well. They're the spawn of Satan. Dude, for me, my favorite representations or jokes about wasps is this creative on YouTube where he has this meeting where all of the insects kind of come together and they talk about what they do, and then they come to the wasp and they're like, oh, so what do you do, wasp? And he's like, I hurt people. like, oh, you mean like in self-defense? No, no, I hurt people. Like, why do you do that? Because I like it. I fucking like it. I like hurting people. It was like, okay, Wasp, how about you chillax, dude? How about you calm down? I was like, but it kills you, like it kills the bee. No, I can just keep going. Just keep stabbing them up. Don't die. Thank you, Gob. Oh, so much love to you, beloved Red. Oh, don't disparage Satan like that. For real though, wasps and mosquitoes are the least desirable fractals. The fact that they put something inside of you. So fucking rude, dude. You know? Just like, I'm just vibing, minding my own business, and then you put something of yours inside of me. How about you don't? How about you don't do that? I'll refrain from putting my fingers inside of you, and then you refrain from putting your stingers inside of me. How about we can have that dynamic give and take? That's so fucking weird. The awe we could have even for getting stung by insects, I guess. Lane, I was thinking about you, brother bear. It's so nice to have you. I think I'm missing a few on the YouTubes. My bun loves staying under me while I plank in the plank position. Staying under you, using you as a gazebo. Is that the right word? I'm just imagining this bunny being like sick. I can stay underneath this human being, free from wind, free from rain. This is where this is where I'll be safe. I want to cuddle your bunny. I haven't touched a bunny in not that long. I touched a bunny in China. One of my colleagues had a bunny as a pet, and I don't know if I want to tell you this, Shannon, because I feel like you might be absolutely horrified. But they had a species that would grow to these absolutely gigantuan sizes. I think they grew up to like 20 kilogram freaking rabbits. And then she gets a small one, and then she feeds it and takes care of it until it becomes that big, and then she eats them, and then she gets another one. And she tells me this story, and I'm like, I'm in horror. I'm like, but it's your pet for like 2 years while it gets big. And she's like, yeah, but then they're too big to be a pet, so I eat them, and I get another one. And I'm like, yes, but how could you? How could you? She's like, I feed them. I'm basically eating my food retroactively. I'm like, yeah, okay. Oh goodness. What's her name? Tina? Tina. Tina and Nathan. Nathan was a Canadian who married Tina, the Chinese lady. She really enjoyed food. I would have to keep the huskies away though. I dare not underestimate their murder instincts. Oh goodness. Rabbits. It's like, oh. And for some reason, as soon as the thing runs, they're like, oh, it's prey. It needs to die. Love to you, Lane. Thank you for joining us. In the car with my brother, headed to a football game, trying to be more present with the fam. But also, I really feel the need to be in this space as well to see all of you beautiful peeps. Connor, spend as much time as you need on your loved one's friend. We'll be here for you when you're back as well. Love to you. I love Shelby, as do I, Amanda. I'm so happy that I could share with you friends the dough kneading. How class has been? Do let us know, Lane. Oh yes, they can be. Some buns are more social than others. They very much have their own personalities. It takes them time and patience for my boy Bun to be as friendly and loving as he is. I think, it's the whole your soul bleeding onto theirs as well. Thank you, dear Shannon, for sharing so much love. They've been okay. Cartoons. How are you doing today? Thank you, Lane, for letting us know too, by the way. Headed to the Lions versus the Eagles game. Having a good week. For sure, man. I'm sure you will. Sending love, dude. Be fully present. Send as much love as you can to your beloved brother. He might be listening in right now. So love you, Connor's brother. Amara's first bee sting was last summer under her eye. Her eye was so swollen. Shows up at school. Looks like her mom is beating her or something. Shannon. I'm in awe of how much I'm annoyed by mosquitoes, dude. It's like I feel like it's the disrespect, like you're like a 1 HP entity, and then you're like rocking up to an entity literally 100,000 times bigger than you that can insta kill you. And then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna now inject my drinking apparatus, which has these intersecting blades, into your skin. I'm going to then release a saliva liquid that, that causes your blood to not congeal while I continually drink it from your flesh. Yeah. What's up, loser? And I'm like, oh yeah, little mosquito? Then I keep spiders around and they get eaten. And I feel a sense of pride for these mosquitoes, watching them eat for these spiders, watching them eat mosquitoes. I'm like, yeah, 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 you get them. You get them, mosquitoes. Take pleasure in the murder of the mosquitoes by proxy of spider. Continental giant rabbit, perhaps. Yeah, there you go. How could someone do that? I was also like, and in a way, the way that she was explaining it, like she made it look so normal. She was like, yeah, this is just the way that it is, dude. I've been doing it because she was doing that with her family as well. So it's almost like she grew up in that way. Rabbit is actually good. It is actually quite good. Like it's, I don't know if we want to go into this. Shannon is like, no. I agree, Shannon. Who Needs the Ears is here too. I don't remember when I ate rabbit last, but I remember it being a good meal. It's like very tender, I believe. I know that pain. Sovina says, same thing happened to me when I was a wasp. When I was, but it was a wasp when I was young, getting stung in the face. Like getting stung by an insect as a child is a very visceral experience as well because you're kind of big in the scale of this world, and then this little thingy, straight up assaults you, and it hurts, and you're like, fuck, dude, can you not? And then you see one again in the outside world, and all of that comes back to you in an instant. She got stung over the summer. Okay, so I didn't have to explain anything to school. I'm like completely joking. Fortunately, these things happen a lot. I felt so bad for her, Savina. She actually took it pretty well. I'm not hearing this. I'm sorry. The awe, right? Even in stuff like that, we can be in a state of awe, being like, how dare you? What's her secret? Pretty sure I didn't take it well. She's pretty cool. Like, just as an entity, Amara is a pretty cool being. I'm not surprised that she took it well. I got stung under the eye when I was very young with Sofina. They are evil and they deserve hate. They get, and same with hornets, but bees are lovely. Technically, hornets and wasps also pollinate, and if you have a particular dislike of spiders, for example, then you should have a particular like for wasps, because wasps are the main predator of spiders, and spiders are the main predator. Weight for weight, spiders are the apex predators of our planet. They eat the most biomass. Wasps are beings too. They have a difficult hurdle throughout my years, and I'm still fighting with them occasionally, but I usually just talk to them these days. Just like, what's up, little waspy dude? Yeah, entities. Technically, you're completely right. Maybe they don't enjoy being wasps. What are we to say? I got stung by a hornet on my third eye when I was 12, and it hit me so hard it knocked me off my feet backwards. My entire face was so swollen. Is it Carrie? Is it Carrie? I think there's a movie where they give people an absurd amount of acid and then they let a wasp sting their third eye spot. Like that movie messed me up for a bit. And the wind is pretty brutal as well. I do apologize if the wind noise is brutal. I'm sorry. I think I'll do the stream maybe for like 30 minutes because we're gonna have power outages around the same time, and we still haven't figured out how to get our Wi-Fi to work. So I bought a data bundle so that we can stream right now, and I don't want to delete it completely in the hopes that I'll be able to use it again tomorrow. As a kid, my parents tricked me into eating lamb by saying it was beef. I couldn't think of eating such a cute animal, so I feel you, Shan. Goodness. Hopefully, by the time I have kids, I can tell them that, yeah, we used to eat these living things. You're like, what, Dad? You did what? Yeah, I ate a lot of them. Like a lot of them. Why would you do that, Dad? Well, we didn't have lab-grown meats, little fam. We just didn't have it. Like, it didn't exist. What do you mean it didn't exist? Well, we didn't figure it out just yet. And now you get to eat food in abundance, without any harm. That's sick, Dad. Yeah, dude. Pretty sick, man. Don't you feel bad? No. I'm in a state of awe, ceaselessly. Things are always changing. If I don't keep wasps around because they feast on caterpillars. There we go. Otherwise, caterpillars decimate my cannabis crops. I haven't actually taken that as much into consideration. Who needs tears? Thank you for saying that, actually. Cigar! It's nice to see you again. Things have been hectic lately. And here you are, right? All of this hectic stuff. And yet, here we are in this moment. Calm. At least relatively calm. We're breathing. We're not flying out into space right now because of a lack of gravity. It's pretty calm, dude. Thank you for joining us again, Cigar. How have you been, friend? It's nice to have you. Lamb chops are amazing, though. They do have quite a flavor. I have no idea, really. I would have thought that she would have been a mess afterwards, but she wasn't at all. We went to the fair the next day, and she was totally fine, going with her eyes swollen. Absolute little trooper. I think I'm gonna head out, brother. My brother also sends love to Melt and you friends. Bless all of you fractals of the infinite. See you tomorrow. Mwah. Love you, Connor. Have an amazing day, brother Bear. Thanks, dears. No joy, V. No. That's good. Be in awe. Be in a state of awe. Can you believe some people eat lambs? Instead of being like, how dare you be? Oh, wow. Not me, but wow. You, maybe. I have been awake for 28 hours currently. Cigar, in that case, I will encourage you to go to sleep. Stop watching me right now and sleep, friend. Get some rest. Ooh, breathe, relax. Know that you're going to be okay. We're all going to be okay, dear friend. Yikes. Hope you get some rest soon. He will, I'm sure. Save you my India lamb story. I'll save you my India lamb. That sounds like quite a story. Quite a story, JV. Maybe we'll spend one day listening to it in person. Will there not be a Sangha today? There will be a Sangha today. Fortunately, our power is coming on in about an hour or so. So there still will be a Sangha, Shannon. Last Saturday, I was awake for 45 hours. Still Monday morning. Cigar? Why? I'm just gonna ask why, friend. I'm not judging you. I'm not expecting you to do one thing or another. I'm just curious as to why. Peace out, Cantoon. Thank you, Gal, for sending love, dear friend. Cup of coffee. It's not they sting, Melty, says Sovina. That there are hundreds of animals that inject you with venom, etc. But most of them don't have a bad attitude. Or they get into your personal space and it's the only hunting or defense mechanism. Wasps are just total jerks. For the most part. I didn't think they are, Savina. I've been around a lot of wasps. It's only when they are in extreme close quarters, like you walk into a room with a big wasp nest and then suddenly they see you as a threat, like then they become jerks. But in their world, they're like protecting their family. Like, oh, I have to protect the hive. I have to protect the brood. I have to protect the future generations. And you're just like, oh, look at this, a room. And they're like, and like being in that state, I don't think can be very fun. Humans are jerks. I'm way more bothered by humans than wasps. There we go, jumping. It's just a little entity, right? Natalie is here too. Love to you. It's nice to have you. The girls are sick, so I'm sending love from the cuddle pile. I'm sending you a T that has eyes peering from the back of it. It was like a T, like this, and then the eyebrows were the T, and then there were eyes peering from behind the T at you. I don't know if that means anything to you, Natalie, but I'm sending you vibes, sending the girls healing vibes as well. Thank you, Tears. I will just cycle for the last 30 years of my 41 of this ball. I will just I will just the cycle for the last 30 years of my 41 on this ball. I have absolutely no idea what that means. I'm so confused. 30 years of my 41. Maybe you're 41 right now and you've been doing this cycle for 30 years, I'm guessing. Sending you love, thank you, dear Shan. Yeah, we're getting. Where's our beloved, Gateway Goblin right now? She'll be like, whoa. I love when your descriptions matched recent dreams. I love that too. Synchronicity, Natalie, right? Here we go again. I mean, only for a few. Hopefully you'll forget about us again. We have complicated Corona saying, hey, how are you? I was just wondering, how are you able to keep this going for 610 plus days? Like, awesome. I would love to do the same, but I can't because of work. So I was hoping to learn from you. Friend, I don't know anything. Nothing. Like, next. I'm pretty unknowledgeable. So, if you're going to learn anything from me, you're going to learn how you should be by watching me figuring out how to be yourself. The reason I'm doing this, and the reason I can do this for as long as I have, is because I believe there's something wrong with me. In part, that there is some switch broken in my brain, where as soon as I flip it, I don't know how to unflip it, and that switch has been flipped. So now I'm gonna show up until I'm dead. That's how it is now, and it really is from this perspective of I can either be present in the world or I can not, right? And I've figured out that being all zen, meditating my life away, that's a vibe. It's fun, great fun, but it's not what I want. It's not what I'm here to do. So I'm here to show up for each other. I'm here to show up for human beings. So I've been doing that complicated Corona. Thank you for asking, friend. Thank you for showing up with me. Think I missed a few. I'm just turning 41, and yes, it's been 30 years since my past became my past. I'm actively confused. Thank you for inspiring awe in me, Sigar. So much awe. I reported them. Thank you, Joy Vive. So did I. Very gratifying. Thank you, friends. My spam bot smells stinky farts. Continuous eternity. Make continuous order. May the spam bot smell stinky farts continuously for eternity. Me and my friends have talked about that, Gob. How you could, in a virtual realm, simulate an eternal hell. An eternal, algorithmic, worsening hell. Where you basically add a sense or a feedback loop onto an algorithm that continues into infinity, into the negative spectrum. And then you attach the person's feedback loop or interpretation of well-being to that infinitely negatively influenced loop, convincing them that it's getting worse forever. So, yes, possible. And I don't know if I want that for the algorithm. He just wants me to watch porn, Could be worse, I guess. I think the continually smelling of farts. I think that sounds fair to me. Sounds fair to me, God. May, I'm inspired by your dedication, Mel. We all need to stay our course. This is the way, friend. And the thing is as well, I'm doing this as a message, to the infinity, if you will. Show up for what you love every day, and then at the end of your life, you would have shown up for what you love every day, And even if I die a homeless hobo, right, somewhere next to the street, looking out in the infinity, being like, Sigurd, I did this every day. I love doing it every day. Dead. I'll be happy dying like that. Completely happy dying like that. So keep showing up for what you love, friend. Because at the end of your life, that's the only thing that's going to matter. This is what you loved. Nothing else. Some switches are just for show / emergencies. It's true. Some are serious now. Sorry, been awake too long. It's okay, Cigar. Get some sleep, dear friend. Not not sure if you missed my comment or didn't hear, but yes, there is still a Sangha. Dear Shan, I didn't miss it. There is still a Sangha. Digital hell, creepy, huh, Javi? Kind of creepy. I was like, shit. Why do I have that information in my brain? I was like, why can I think about something like that? Javan! Javan! Jovan has been on adventures, and here she is with us now, saying, I love, showing up for it on the daily and finding you out because of it. I miss you. We miss you too, Jovan. It's so nice to have you here, friend. Happy moment to share. My big great kitty has made peace with the snuggling on the bed of the dog. Yes. You know what that is to my ears? Love is true. Really? Yeah. Yeah. Love is true. I mean, that's it? Yeah. Okay. Thought it is frowned upon if you take a flamethrower to humans that are jerks. So I see your point, Jack. Yeah. I was just imagining, the context. Like, I was weirdly enough thinking about that, Sylvina. The fact that we are okay with humans killing animals, but humans killing humans, we're very much not okay with. And I wonder when that line is going to start to dissolve, where we're like, just yeah, how about you don't just kill things senselessly? How about you don't do that? Why is it we still do that? Tasty rabbits, chop it. Bison tastes amazing. I've never tasted bison. I've tasted crocodile and snake and octopus and eels and snails, and I've eaten weird things, but never bison. Never bison. Ostrich as well, even. What are your thoughts on the end of the second Elizabethan? I've been purposely not saying anything about it because I don't want to get cancelled in 50 years or whatever. I just believe that the monarchy is basically a glamorization of this is the life some people can live. You can't live this life, but someone has to live this life, so it might as well be us. And then we'll show you what this life is like, and then that's what you get. But you get that at the cost of us living this life. That's what the monarchy is to me, and yeah. There's a lot more I can say, but I'll leave it at that. Thank you for asking, Savina. What is your opinion, friend? What are your thoughts? Joe, I freaking missed you so much. We did. Genuinely. Awesome, Natalie. Loves. True. The queen is dead. Long live the king. Yeah, this whole woke nonsense, the fact that they're making a king, they're making a man the queen, like that's some bullshit, dude. That's some bullshit. Hopefully at some point we will value all life the same. I believe we're getting there slowly. I'm wondering what it's gonna take for us to make that transition though. How was the trip, Joe? I think she's still on it, maybe. Do let us know, Joe. Wasp's symbolism means to expect the unexpected. Also a sign to declutter your environment, your surroundings, and speak lovingly to those around you. Still, they suck. I mean, is that resonating with you, Maxine? Do you feel like that is a message you need to be taking to heart? Melty, I'm so sorry, Han. I can't hear you. What movie did you say about Venom? Did I say something about the movie in Venom? I was talking about the process of a mosquito just drinking your blood, and I was kind of like graphically describing it to make it extra disturbing. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Probably. Ah, cable. There, I found it, and here we found you. So much love to you. Thank you for the love, my dear friend. I've missed you, Joe Bobo Bizzlebot. Yes, we have. Thank you for sending the love. I hope for that too, Sikar. It's happening slowly but surely, dear Shan. I noticed that when I take mushrooms, I do get into a childlike state of awe with Mama Gaia and how insanely beautiful she is. Me too, Maxine. And that's what I'm talking about today, right? Like, to not lose that awe, to try and hold on to that awe as long as we possibly can. I just got back. It was an amazing trip. Made the most of it. I see now a crossbow. For some reason, that T imagery is very strongly in my mind right now. But like a bended T, string. Those eyes peering away from it the previous time, sending you like a crossbow flying straight at you. Arrow of good vibes coming straight your way. Dear Jovan, thanks for the reminder of my inner child, Mel. Thank you for remembering, dear Cable. Cable is here. Quick, stop talking. I find myself in amazement when I think about how I interpret these interactions. I acquire so much joy from these moments. Blessings, blessings, blessings to all of you for being here and now. Jump in. To that, I'll smoke, dear friend. Blessings, blessings, blessings to all of you. To all. To all. Like sheer giddy awe. Being inspired, being hopeful for the reality that we're a part of, for each other, for the things that we're going to be doing going forward. To being awe inspired, dear friends. Sicketh. I haven't even poured myself a cup of water. Some grass. May you feel the awe I did from sitting outside and making friends with a baby squirrel. You see, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. I was in a state of awe seeing a wild bunny come onto our yard yesterday. Was it No, it was the day before yesterday, Natalie. So much awe. Melt will look for you tomorrow unless I'm sleeping. Then I'll watch it when I'm not live later. Cigar will be here now, friend. As soon as you tune in, you'll be here now, as you always were. Go to sleep. Now and here is waiting for you on the other side. We love you, we see you, we appreciate you taking some time to spend with us. So much love to you, friend. Stay awe-inspired. Deserve some time. I tried to make friends of a chipmunk. He just took my treats and ran away. He was like, yeah, how about I'll take this stuff, and then you get to be there. You just have to keep doing it, build some rapport. I'm sure it'll be your friend soon enough, right? That's adorable, right? It was a surprising moment. It usually is, and I feel, Natalie, I might be projecting a little bit. Ermias Blur. Hmm. Uh, but if you didn't take yourself, put yourself in that moment, then you wouldn't be allowed that surprising moment, And in a way, you manifested that moment, that exchange, that interaction, just by being love, showing up for love. So thank you, dear Natalie. Look at you replenishing yourself with water. That has me so inspired for self-care. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Drink water, friend. Please. Mm. Sick. Hydrations. Molecules of water flowing through my body, getting processed by my liver, extracting all of the stuff that I do not need, excreting it. Drink enough water, dear friends. Your body needs that shiznit. You're 70% water. Get enough. Appreciate you and much respect to all of you wonderful beings. Have a wonderful day. As I hope you do too. Sleep well, dear Cigar. We'll see you on the other side, dear friend. I'll put some pics in the Discord. Wish y'all were there physically, but I held you there in spirit with my. Thank you, Jovan. Mm. I see shovel, mushroom, piercing into energy, hitting a point of white light. This white light starting to break apart, sending out these flares of white energy. Mm. Thank you for holding us there with you. Dear Jovan, please do send us some pics. That's wonderful. Yeah, I can't wait to see. Save. Let me read some of the Reddit comments. I find myself in amazement when I think about how I've already read that comment. Again, thank you, Jumpin, so much for sending those loving words, friend. It boggles my mind actively. To me, it's an actual mind melting experience where I'm like, excuse me, what? I'm doing what now? We're touching how many lives now? I'm already at the point where we can't even fathom how much we're doing. You know, how much impact we're making, how many ripples we're putting out in the world, and you're part of that. We don't know. We can't know. All I know is that it's easing towards the infinite. Why? Hi everyone, I'm new here. You're here now. Thank you for joining us, friend. You've never been anywhere else, technically, right? You've just been here now, always, ceaselessly, flying through the infinity. Here now. Freaking planets change, civilizations get built and get destroyed, and just you. Why? Here now. Thank you for joining us, friend. I like how this person shows up for the first time, and then I proceed to be as weird as I possibly can be. It's like, oh shit, this dude is crazy. start running. Why? So much love to you, friend. It's nice to have you here, though. Sorry, I can't stay longer. You're here. You were here. Thank you, Natalie. Sending you so much love. Have an amazing day, friend. Leaving some love to guide your fractal selves. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much for the vibes, Natalie. I appreciate it. Tell us about you. Why? Where are you from? How's life been treating you? Is it cool to find beings such as yourself? To realize that that is where we are right now. That we kind of came into this world and we got this technology, which was pretty lit. But then we used our technology to distract ourselves for most of it. And now we've kind of come around full circle, realizing, maturing even within our use of the internet and using it to communicate with one another, to find one another, right? Like we're transcending space and time right now. Why? That for you to be here now, having this conversation with me 50 years ago, you would literally have to travel thousands of miles, spend hundreds of hours traveling to be here with me right now. And in an instant, you're doing it. It's crazy shit, dude. We're living in a cool age. Thank you for living here with us. The fact that you're here means you're probably here to do a job, dude. Or do that. Doesn't really matter. You're here to do something. And I believe the thing we're here to do is share our light. Whatever your light is, friend, if it's the way you smile at the cashier, if it's you know, the way you give your dog a treat, give him the best of scritches, the way you stir your coffee, or the way you help people, out of addiction. Whatever it is, whatever your fractal is, friend, you're here for a reason, and we appreciate you for showing up. Have a beautiful day, Natalie. Thank you, Shan. I got a bounce. Love to you too. Who needs tears? It was nice having you here. I felt the Shanners. I was getting 7777 the whole trip. Shannon too. Shannon too. Me too, actually. Meow back at you, Savina. Thank you, Keval. You mentioned, as I have arrived, synchronicity. Always, brother bear. Dude, the 69 mega needs to chill on the YouTubes. Mean one. Sexuality. Sexuality is gonna be quite a thing of the future we're heading into, huh? Oh goodness. Oh, please stop. Please stop it. Thank you. My imagination was like, oh yeah? You want to see what sexuality is like in the future? I'm like, no, thank you. Put them down. I was like, yeah, sex robots. Yeah, they're coming. Yeah, whole simulated realities. Yeah, they're coming. Deep brain stimulation. Yeah, it's coming. I mean, please. I know. I know. We're gonna have to figure out how to be happy as normal human beings. Otherwise, we're just going to figure out how to be more unhappy as techno beings. Oh goodness, the future we're heading into is so crazy. I was just taking the pee. Thank you, Sofina. You were sending love, you tricksy. Yeah, Cable starts frantically skipping back in the stream. Thank you for the love. Just controls here too. Nice to have you. Thank you for joining us, dear friend. I mean, I don't know if I was gone, but I couldn't stream for as long as I would like to. I already probably like munched through a bunch of data. I think we'll do an hour stream. It might take all of the data. I'll see. I'll see. I'll be able to calculate how long tomorrow's stream will be. Maybe we can figure out something in the meanwhile. Maybe, hopefully. Wake up daily and remind yourself that you haven't learned enough to form a stable opinion. We are beautiful and profound and complex and intellectual. However, we are steadily begging for more and more. Remember that there is always more. Remember that you can melt more. You know, within this more and more and more and more, it can quite literally feel so overwhelming to the point of melting. You know, like, oh shit, where does this me start and this thing I'm experiencing end? Right? That barrier dissolving, the separation between self and other completely disappearing, and it feeling quite literally like you're dissolving, melting into infinity. And then that can be terrifying. You know, I don't want to disappear. No, I want to hold on. I want to be me. You can't not be. You can melt more. That feeling of, oh, I'm losing myself. I'm losing it. I'm going away. You can go. You can literally go away into infinity and still be here. That's the joke. That's the paradox of the reality we're living right now. You are it, friend. You're it. Life is so abundant. You just have to get out of it, out of your head to see it, and into your heart to feel it. I love that actually. Get out of your head to see it, and out of your and into your heart to feel it. Whew. There is this understanding, interpretation that everything is a frequency, right? An oscillation, ebb and flow, an infinity rolling onto itself. And that on the most fundamental level, our heart induces that state. The heartbeat. And that instead of the brain being the center of consciousness, the heart is. Your brain is just technically the filter with which you perceive information and with which you're painting information. It's not the actual interpreter or experiencer of the information, right? It's like you can't see where you're looking from, right? Imagine. Where are you looking from right now? Right? If you don't have a mirror around you or something, you might be able to see your nose, sure, but you're seeing your nose as this thing outside of you. So where do you see from? And in that state, that ultimate state, that unifying force is where we all are, within heart. Within divine mind, another word for it as well. Joe Bot is here? She is. She is. Tackles her with a bear hug and snacks. So, first interpretation. Snacks in the hands, bear hug, snacks goes flying as you give her hugs. Second interpretation. Actual bear with snacks in hand, hugging you, force feeding you snacks. I don't know why my mind went there for the second one. Thank you, Vaccine, for the love. The line might dissolve the other way, where killing humans is okay, instead of killing any animals becomes viewed as wrong. So, Vina, you know, sure, that could be. I'm gonna, I'm gonna live in naivete and believe that it never will be that way. Yeah, because it used to be, right? Like it used to be the wild, wild west. People just actually killing one another, being like, "What shoots person?" Yeah, you know, sure you could have the police put a bounty on you, but uh, you could get away with shit like that. So I believe we've already made the transition away from that state of existence. I don't think we'll revert. Hopefully not. The monarchy fucked my country up, and the government of India is literally mourning them. Yeah, I was like, dude, watching RRR, I know it's not an, apples to apples representation of what happened in India with the colonization of the British, but I was just, my heart, dude, my heart was breaking for India. The amount of advantage that India has been taken of. Words are hard, okay? Oh, like by by the colonists, dude. I was just like, Yassi. The fact that they're mourning the monarchy kind of like fucks me up, dude. Gotta say, Diana will always be queen. Diana was the only, decent human being I feel in that family, and she got killed for it. I don't want to talk about this. I respect everyone who feel connected to the monarchy, but its implications have been horrible for countries around the world. The amount of wealth that has been extracted out of the world, dude, you know, and it's still lost to that place. I gotta go now, lovely people. Mwah. Love you, Cable. We'll see you again soon. I pledge no fealty to royalty. Yeah, fuck that shit, dude. Like I feel like we literally were the people that were like, yeah, you know, eat the rich. You know, they were like, yeah, eat, let them eat cake. We're like, how about we're gonna eat you now? I feel like we are those, not the people that tell other people to eat cake when they don't have food. Melty, you mentioned a movie you watched where someone had venom injected to their. Oh, I think it was called Carrie. I think it was called Carrie. It's a like Nicolas Cage movie. Nicolas Cage movie where someone gets kidnapped and Nicolas Cage goes to save them. But it's grimy. It's like dark. It's like, you know, you are thinking, huh, what could be dark? Go darker. Huh? Darker still. Yeah, maybe around there. I was like watching that movie from this perspective of and I watched it when I was like 15 or something. You know, like I believe that was edgy at that age. Yeah, I'm edgy. I watch weird movies. Why? Why 15-year-old self? Why do this to myself, dude? Why please? Uh Also waspism doesn't resonate. Okay, I'm happy to hear that. You know, I was thinking about the visit you got from the little wasp friend. The monarchy may have screwed things up in the past, but it's a corporation and governments that are screwing things up in the present. Yeah, yeah. Oh well, you know, I would just say it's people. It's people, you know, in the same way that the monarchy screwed things up for people, as people, it's people, you know, and all we have to do now is like get to a certain level of accountability. No masters, indeed, dear Maxine. May fortune find you easy. Thank you for that, Jumpin. Just Control says, I have only one dream that I always want to achieve. Go to Switzerland and buy or build a house with a scenic environment. You know, a waterfall, Alps, Green Mountains. You see, Jump or Just Control, that's my dream too. That's my dream too, friend. And I wouldn't be surprised if that would be the dream of multiple of our friends in this space with us right now. You know, and then considering that into the infinite spectrum, it's not viable or realistic for us all to want the beautiful, you know, house in Switzerland with a scenic environment next to the waterfalls and the Alps of green mountains, right? But, and it's a big but, and this is not maybe a but you want to hear, we need to figure out how to be happy where we are first. Really figure out how to be happy. You know, figure out how to be happy even when things get worse than they are. Only then do I believe the universe will allow us those dreams. You know, and this is it's a little bit of a weird perspective or opinion, but figuring out how to be happy in like and for me where I learned this lesson the hardest was when I was uh, during the COVID lockdown stuck in Shanghai in my what 8 foot 8 foot by 6 foot room. Yeah, literally going insane, being like, oh, I can be happy now with nothing, no friends, no people, not even people that I don't consider my friends, right? There's just no one. There's just nobody for months. And they also don't allow you connectivity and they switched our VPNs off. So on top of the fact that you're alone for months, you also don't get to use the internet for months. Can't talk to my family. That shit pushed me to the absolute brink of insanity. And then I clicked that, oh, it's me. It's me suffering, hoping, wishing, wanting for things to be differently. And then things switched. Got to come back home as well, which helped a lot. But yeah, long-winded way of saying keep the awe, even with where it is you are. Look at your walls. Just look at where your wall. If you're in a environment right now, look at a wall, right? That is a literal technological marvel you're staring at. The fact that you have walls, even if it's a concrete jungle, we get to be safe because of those things. Love to you, Slimy Sleeves. Nice to have you, dear friend. It's been a while since seeing you. Sofa. Beam Smackshy one stream at a time. Keep showing up. Become even more smackshy. Gets more jacked. Eats more food. Drinks more water. Sleeps. Goes unconscious for hours of time. Meditates. Shows up. Even sexier. Keep going. Thank you, brother. Dear friends, I'm gonna have to end the stream kind of like soonish because I want to kind of conserve data. I'm gonna pull a card before I end it though. So nice to have you friends here. Only once we accept where we are and to enjoy it, then the universe starts blessing you. Life's about the journey to the manifestation. It is. It really is. And to be suffering throughout the journey, it's not a win. It's definitely not a win. The universe will bless the entities that move with intentional growth. Something's happening. I don't know what. I'm gonna shuffle the deck a little bit. The sun shining in my eyeballs hurts so freaking much. Oh sun, please stop shining in my eyeballs. You're being I see like a little eye where the sun pierced my retinas. Some retinal damage. I'm trying to heal that shit right now. I mean, that's an eye if I've ever seen one. The earth. Our beloved earth prayer. Mama Gaia. I mean, I pulled it upside down. I don't think this card has an upside down meaning though. It's hands. Not that it matters, but of different colors as a collective holding the earth. All of us holding quite literally the earth, holding this moment, holding this experience with us. If it wasn't for us holding hands in this way, there would be none. Nothing. The universal bestie entities that move with intentional growth. Jumpin' Jack, dude. How about this for a trip, dude? After you say that, this is the card we pulled directly after reading your words. So it does have a reverse meaning. It goes, apathy and lack of foresight could cloud your decisions. Consciously return to an attitude of stewardship and begin again to live your prayers. Live intentionally, right? Okay. Embedded in this card is a complex geometry that begins this pattern in the background as the flower of life then transforms into tetrahedral patterns forming a protective divine matrix around the earth. From the birth portal at the center of the Vesica Pisces. Oh, I think I've missed a few. No. From the birth portal at the center of the Vesica Pisces, our home, Mother Earth, shines in beauty and grace. Many colored hands surround and reside within this pattern, symbolizing participation of all beings in stewardship and sustainability. Stewardship denotes understanding that there is spirit in everything. Can't kill anything if there's spirit in everything, right? And that everything is connected. It implies awareness that each of our actions, whether it is growing a vegetable, cutting a tree or using natural resources affects the whole. Even our thoughts have this power. Being stewards of earth doesn't mean living without abundance or placing judgment on the actions of others or ourselves. It does mean living with a sense of connectedness and relationship with all beings and respect for the earth. Several indigenous tribes believe that we must consider the effects of our actions and demonstrate stewardship to the seventh generation. How might your daily actions and decisions be affected as you consider their effects 7 generations into the future? As you consider this question and feel the tenderness of this time in Earth's story, realize also the power of your prayers and intentions. See and feel the earth as abundant and self sustaining. See and feel humans treading lightly upon her land and making decisions that will defend rather than wound the earth. How can you more fully live with an attitude of stewardship? Showing up for what we love, huh? If that isn't stewardship of something, then I don't know what is. Hey, Jovan is joining us too on the Reddit. Only ones we accept. There we go. I think I've read these few. Bonnie McMurray, good morning to you. I'm just about saying goodbye. I love you. Thank you for joining me. That card hit me in the heart. Get right. I mean, you literally predicted it as well, Jumpin'. So get heart hit it. Or what? Love you, dude. Much love to you all. I think I need to express my love to some family members today. Please do that, dear friend. All of you. Go and share love. Be in awe. Be in absolute, like, giddy awe by the fact that you have family. Be in awe by the fact that you don't. Just be in a state of awe. Don't let that awe go away. Hold on to it. We are the stewards of our surroundings. Let us focus on being ushers for this planet, and we can help ourselves move into a healing pattern. We already are, but you already are. Like, the future we're manifesting is gonna take no more than 11 years. Just 11 years. You can do that, right? 11 years? You've lived for 11 years. I mean, like, think about it. Yeah, you could do it. You can do it again. Thank you, friends, for joining me, for growing with me. We're doing this together. We're all stewards. It's gonna take all of us. I love you. I'll see you again soon. I'm doing a Sangha a little bit later. If you really want to join, you can find the link on the Discord. Yeah, I'll see you a little bit later. Love you. Cheers. I think I've missed it. I think Maxine just sent one. She said, Mama Gaia is so good to us. Why would we not take good care of her? Love to you all. Love, you look amazing. Thank you. Then have everything you need to succeed. Thank you so much, Maxine. Nice to you, dear friend. Believe that about yourself. You. Power is back on. You. Yes, you have enough power to succeed. You got it. You so got it. How are you? I'm doing great. Jumping. So great. I hope that you're doing great too, friend. Thank you, SS. Thank you, Savina. Thank you, dear friends. I'll see you again soon. And if not soon, tomorrow. Love you. Cheers. I think the Reddit comments might have broken. There we go. Shannon, sending love to you. Melt pulls the sacred geometry card every stream. I do. Thank you for asking why. Like sacred geometry for the visionary path. I believe, it's flipped there, but that is the card. Thank you for listening in, friend. Have an absolutely beautiful day, everyone. I love you all so very dearly, Melt and all of your amazing friends. So I love you. All you see in me is what you have in you. I'm just a reflection, actively trying to polish it so I can show you what you are. Love you. See you again soon. Cheers.